Well, it's slow. Big surprise, right? It's almost like we knew this was coming. But now is the opportunity for the buyers. So if you're thinking about buying, those are the people that really need to look at my video. And it's not just the people that are like, hey, I got a house, maybe I don't know. I don't know if I'll move or not. Move up buyers, this includes you too. When I say move up, it's the people that have a house to sell and want to buy something else, but they haven't figured out a good way to do it. Because I got some options for you. So I'm Stacie Duffy. I'm your Denver Metro real estate resource. This is my December 2022 update. Sorry, I'm a little bit late and my voice is a little hoarse. I've been sick, catching up from that because yay, holidays and school and illness and everything else. So, but for market update, we're bottoming out, guys. And my last couple months, I said this was going to happen. We always bottom out. But this is the fun part that I only get to show y'all like once or twice a year, and I really love to show it to you. So look at our median close price, and just for context, I'm using the InfoSparks tool from our local MLS company here in the Denver metro area, and I'm actually looking at the South Metro Denver Realtor Association data set. So as far as the county metro selection, but I've got all the property types included and all the price ranges included and everything else. But look at this. We're almost back to January prices. I mentioned that last month, but we're going to bottom out December, January. Because, oh, wait, we do almost every single year. So let's look at this. Bottoming out on our little curves, right? Prices going up and down for the seasonality of the market and rate adjustments and everything else, just the market in general. These are median close price for this data set. Bottomed out January. January. I think this one's backs up a little bit. No, January. January. This is the one that backed up. November. We got a little bit of pickup in December. January. This one also started picking up early, I think. January. Yeah, this one bottomed out a little sooner. September. January. You seeing a pattern here? Yeah. Even back through 2009, 10, 11, 12. January. January. Why am I sitting here talking about January? Because January closings are December buyers. Right now. Right now. The people I'm taking out this afternoon to go look at houses. The people I've been talking to about shopping and buying this other property that we went and looked at last week. When you are shop because of the escrow timeline, right? So when you go out to shop for houses, you find something you like, you make an offer, you get under contract. You get under contract at price and terms to close on a certain date that is usually 3, 4, 5 weeks out. So the people that are shopping right now are the ones that get those bottom prices. Yep. That's why I'm under contract to buy a house right now. Because I wanted to shop and I want to take advantage of this time in the market because I know my prices bottom out in December and January every year, which means I got to shop in November and December to get the best buy. Okay. Now, for people that are pickier on the type of property, let's say you want to be in the exact right neighborhood with a certain layout, with a certain paint color and the certain appliance package from whatever. Now is not your market, as I always say. You need more choices. So let's look at new listings. And I know this is like crazy high, but this just shows the seasonality of our market. Okay. And I know I'm covering up the data, but as you can imagine, it looks, sorry, I usually don't move this around. It looks just about as you would expect. So, but the seasonality of our market shows most of our listings will come on in the spring. So January, February, March, April, we get more new listings coming on. So all these listings that come on in April are the ones that sell in May and June. Okay, so back whenever you see a number, you got to think back roughly 4 weeks. So if you need choices because you're picky, don't start shopping yet. Okay, wait a couple of months. If you want a better buy on the price and you're not as picky and you want time to decide and time to think about it and negotiation opportunity with the seller and leverage and doing your inspections and asking for the seller to help pay for some of your stuff, now's your chance, right? Call me. The window is closing. Okay. So, especially if you're in the Denver metro area, call me. If you're in another place, reach out to me. I've got a form down below that you can fill out. I've got an amazing network of agents. I'm happy to connect you with somebody. I've got a great network really quick. When you give me what I need, I can get you to somebody really fast. Okay. So if you want to buy, this is a chance to take advantage of those opportunities. You don't have as many houses to pick from, but the ones that are there have been on the market longer than anything else has in the last 2 years, 3 years, 3 years. So leverage, opportunity, negotiation room, right? Let's take advantage of this. So as I always talk about, it's all about and I'll link to a video up above and down below about buying in an uncertain market or when's the right time to buy for you. And I always talk about what's your situation because everybody's is a little bit different. Okay. But for a lot of people, now's a good time to buy before things get crazy because they're going to wait for everything. They're going to wait for the news and the media and everybody to say, oh, the spring house, the housing market's coming back. And because it's all doom and gloom right now because our data set's down, right? Use that to your advantage. Don't just like wallow in it. Take advantage of it. So if you wait until everybody else feels it's a good time, then you are not a special and unique snowflake, as I always say. Um, so moving on. For a lot of buyers, now is a good time. For the move up buyers, listings right now, and for my sellers, listings right now are not getting a lot of showings, obviously, because of everything I'm always talking about. And nobody likes to shop this time of year because life happens and it's busy and it's fun. And let's go, visit family and all this stuff. Cool. I love my family. I like saving $50,000 on a new house even more. If I can work out both, then it's great. But um, so for the sellers, it's okay. If you want to sell it now, you got to be competitive because there's not many buyers out there. So we got to position it well. We got to price it well. Or you make a plan to pull it and list it in a month. Okay. What are your carrying costs? If we can get more buyers in 1 to 2 months and it costs you $5,000 to get there, can we sell for $7,000 more in a couple of months and it makes more sense? Okay. So looking at those options. But for my buy and sell or my move up buyers, it's the hey, COVID happened and things were nuts, and now I work from home part of the time, and we have another kid, and everybody's a little tight, and I would have liked to move, and I'd love for my mom to be able to move in, but we don't really have the space. But we also didn't have $100,000 to, bid over the list price and cover appraisal gap and everything the last couple of years when the market was nuts. Maybe I want to move, but I don't know. I'm exhausted. Okay, I know it sucks. Take a deep breath. Now's a good time. And here's why. So move up buyers. When you own a property and you want to buy something else, you tend to be a little bit savvier because you've kind of already been through the process before, right? And you want to buy low and sell high because everybody wants to buy low and sell high because everybody's like, yeah, that's the secret. Okay, cool. I'm going to tell you how to do that. There's a few different ways. One is to buy now and sell in a couple of months. Okay? It's that simple. Buy now when it's down here and then sell in a couple of months when it comes back up. Cool. Okay. You're like, great. I don't have the money to buy both houses. Okay. So I've got lenders that I've reached out to that have what I call move up programs because this is a scenario that a lot of buyers run into. And there's a lot of different ways to buy your house or buy a new house and sell yours. And there's a bunch of different ways we can finagle it. But there's some really good ones out there that I think a lot of people should take advantage of because this has been a problem for so long, especially with the craziness and the volatility in the market, that we finally have some lenders that have really good options. They can lend in 48 states. FYI. So just throwing it out there. But when you buy now, you get a better buy, right? You get the time to look around. You've been seeing these houses that you're like, man, I'd love to buy that house. It's been on the market for a while. Maybe I can negotiate with the seller. If I can get a good buy on it, I would totally do that. But what do I do with mine? How do I get there, right? You can do your cash buyer, or iBuyer buyout program, but usually they take so much of your equity, it just doesn't make sense. So some of these lenders right now are offering that they say, hey, go buy the house you want. We'll buy it for you. And then you just rent it from us for a month or two until yours is sold. And then we'll give you the loan on the new place. Right? Do they charge for that? Yes, they do, because they got to make money. But sometimes what they're charging is 1, 2, 3% or less. And that can finance into the cost versus cash up front, which makes a difference for a lot of people because cash is king. And when you're buying on the lower end, so you're buying when these prices are at the bottom, and then in 2, 3, 4 months, you're renting that house from them for a couple of months, and then you buy it back from them, that market has appreciated enough to make up that difference and to cover the additional convenience costs. Not to mention, chances are you're getting a hell of a lot more of a discount than 1, 2, 3% because you're buying right now. Okay. So, because look at how much this has gone up the last couple of years. I don't think it'll be as crazy in growth as it has the last couple of years. I think it'll be more, reminiscent of 2017, 2018, just because of the rates and things like that. But we're still going up so back in 2017, from 348 up to June. I don't think we'll make it to June if you're doing this kind of program, but 350 to 375, somewhere in there, right? So you're still talking a 5, 6, 7% appreciation in the spring market. Then that makes up for that convenience cost. And you actually just got more equity in your house because you did a better buy because you bought it a few months earlier before the prices went up. So all of those are pros. And when you go to sell, you're selling at that higher price in the spring, which means that equity, when you sell, now becomes more money in your pocket or more down payment to put towards the house you're about to buy. Okay? So there's cost to that process, but I think a lot of the benefit outweighs the cost and you end up as a net positive. So if that is something you were thinking about doing and you want help with that, or you want options, or you want connections, especially in the Denver metro area, call me. Okay. As I mentioned, some of these lenders can do this in 48 states. All right. I can't do Hawaii and I can't do New York. I think that's my other one. So, or not me, the lender. I don't lend money. But please, please, please. And understanding that if it gets you to your end goal and what that's worth to you, that's why I always talk about what's your goal and how do we achieve it. It's a huge difference, guys. So that's one way to do the whole buy low, sell high. You can also plan to sell your house in the spring market as it appreciates, February, March, April, um, and then do a 60-day rent back. But then you're buying, well, last year was weird because of the rates, but then you're buying in this May, June timeframe, and you're buying top of the year. So you're selling high, but you're buying high. That's fine. Gives you options and gives you the most proceeds for your place. Still some pros. Or you have to move out and find a temporary place to live, right? Which is the, sell high as the market appreciates, live somewhere temporary for, 2, 3, 4 months of the year, and then buy this time next year, which I don't know if we'll have a net zero appreciation next year. I don't expect that we will. I think it'll be relatively flat. So it'll go up a little bit in the spring, come down a little bit in the fall. But how long, that's a whole nother year that you're living in this place that isn't meeting your needs. So I'm just throwing it out there. Obviously, I'm biased. I do this for a living. I love helping people get to the place that they want to be. And the sooner I can help them get there, especially when they didn't even think it was possible. Like for me, that's a big deal, right? And as I mentioned, I buy this time of year. That's when I like to buy my properties. So if you're looking to buy or sell here in Denver, or you have questions about this, or you want me to sit down and kind of talk through your situation, your timeline, we can make a game plan, even if it's for like 4 years out. I've had people that sat down and we bought a house 5 years later. When I say we, I mean I helped them buy their house. Um, but it doesn't have to be right now. Like we can make a long-term game plan. The person that I'm taking out today, I sat down with 4 years ago. 4 years ago, because it didn't make sense 4 years ago, but it does now. Okay. So that's cool. Hit me up. I'd be happy to help. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below. I know I'm going to. Anyway, if you found this helpful, or maybe it was a little like, hey, I never thought about that before. That's a good point. Hit the like button. That'll help other people find it too. So thanks so much for the time. Appreciate y'all putting up with my rambling and my passion, and have a good day.